out in Moremole area, and this is the Minati Game Reserve. We're on the launch of the brand new Peugeot 2008. You can see it behind me over here. But I'm not going to talk about the car today because I've got Scott, who is the product manager from Peugeot South Africa. He's going to take us through this car and he's going to show us lots and lots of the features and exactly what it is all about.
Here we go. Hi Alan, great to have you here with us. Thank you very much. Just to go through some of the highlights and features of our brand new 2008 from Peugeot. As you can see, the front end is quite a new bold design. We've got quite a big front grille, flat, imposing. But the highlights that most people will see is the new styling in the front. We've got quite a unique, what you call the saber tooth, following the Peugeot's lion theme.
That's the daytime running light.
The daytime running lights, LED daytime running lights. And on this top level GT model, we've got the very unique, again, 3-claw feature up in the headlights even, the full LED headlights. So latest technology, full LED headlights, fully adaptive, automatic high beam dipping and switching off. And you've got all your, of course, parking sensors for front and rear. So very sculpted, very bold, and very distinctive front design of the vehicle.
Very much so. Now, on the wheels, what have we got? A wheel and tyre combination here?
On the wheel side, on this model, it's a 17-inch alloys. We range from the entry level, use a 16-inch alloy, going up through the different trim levels up to the GT that's got the 17-inch alloy wheels standard on the vehicle.
Right, okay. And then we'll skip the driver's seat for now because we're going to come and sit inside just now. But let's take a look in the back here.
Yeah. In the back, one of the biggest features and differences we have is the spacious back seat. You've got obviously 4 small families in that, ISOFIX mountings on the seat. But the biggest difference is almost 60 mils space compared to the previous version. And that's thanks to the increase in the wheelbase of the vehicle from the previous version.
So you've grown the space in the back seat by 60 mils.
In the back seat by 60 mils, and
wow.
on the front is by 40 mils from the driver. From the
makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yes, yes.
And coming around to the back, sorry, the first thing that really catches me is check out those chromed trapezoidal exhausts over there. That's a mean look, you know.
Yeah, very aggressive, very sporty looking, very dynamic. As you can see, the whole styling of the car is dynamic and almost like a motion in action, or even standing still. It looks very dynamic.
Okay, boot space.
Boot space, it's one of the biggest in the class, 434 litres. What we have that's a nice and it's almost unique features with the vehicle, you've got a boot floor lid here that's adjustable.
Right.
So it's in the up level now. So what this aids is, there's 2 reasons for it basically. It's now if you fold the back seats down, you've got an almost flat loading area.
That's not common anymore, you know.
Especially not in a compact SUV.
Right.
But then the other side is, if you actually lift this up, you've got some storage space underneath
there. Yeah.
You can drop it down to give you the full boot space.
Right.
But the handy feature is the vehicle's designed with these little clips there. So while you're packing things in, you don't have to try and hold it up and pack things or whatever.
And you're not going to get clobbered on the back of your head for a change.
On the back of your head, exactly.
Spare wheel, what have you got under there? Have you got a full size or a space saver?
Spare wheel is a space saver.
Right.
Of course, for South African conditions, we put the spare wheel. I know a lot of guys looking towards possibly inflation kits and things like that. Unfortunately, in Europe, that's the way they're going a lot. But for our market, we deem, you know, with the distances between towns and everything, a spare wheel is still quite important for our customers.
100%. Cars without spare wheels don't work for me.
No,
sorry,
exactly.
run flats are great in the city.
Yeah. So it's to some people, it's actually even seen almost more as a safety feature. The need to have a
100%. Now, tell me quickly, engine-wise, what are we dealing with?
Engine-wise, you've got the latest generation of the PSA group engines. They call it the 1.2 PureTech. It's a 3-cylinder engine. In the 2008 range, the total range is turbocharged. We've got from the entry model starting at 75 kilowatts, going up to 96 kilowatts in this. And they're mated together with a manual gearbox in the entry model, going up to 6-speed automatic for the top-end GT.
Newton meters is 240, right?
230 Newton meters on this one.
Right.
The entry model is just over 200, 205 for the entry model, but the top-end GT line, as we say, 96 kilowatts, 6-speed automatic, 230 Newton meters of torque.
Fantastic. We're going to jump in now and then we're going to check out because there's some really interesting features on the inside as well. Let's have a look inside now.
Definitely.
On the open road, you can feel the smoothness is something that comes through incredibly well on this car. We're just cruising through back towards Pretoria right now, sitting at just about the speed limit. That's fair enough. We're okay on that one. And just, you can see the features, everything else on the car. My driver, how's it going? And just, it's such a pleasant experience because the typical French ride, in other words, soft and smooth. And that's what really counts on any car. And especially when you are on a freeway like this, it makes all the difference in the world. So you can see lots and lots of mud on the car because we did that mud track again coming through to the freeway. So I won't show you what the carpets look like from all the mud on our feet, but it's just really lots of cables over there, but don't worry. And those piano keys. Just overall, smooth, comfortable experience. I keep repeating those words, but that's what really comes through on this car. Having moved inside the car, you'll see the very neat dash trim fascia, but I'm going to come across over here in front of Scott, and we've got something pretty special. Scott, tell us all about the 3D dash.
Yeah. Well, one of the unique design features of the Peugeot brand is what they call the i-Cockpit design. This in the new 2008 being the third generation with 3D digital cluster. This is actually the world's first production car 3D digital cluster.
Wow.
And we can see it's got various modes in that. In the moment, we can actually see there the picture of the car,
right.
How it is. This is showing you the driving aid. So it will actually show you the points of like of your lane keep assist. If you're crossing the lanes and it features, we can change the configuration on the cluster.
Right.
Like they have just changed it, and you can see how it changes. Shows your.
Well, that's the 3D
mapping,
coming into it again, doesn't
3D
it?
coming into it, and you can see basically in this setting what it does is you've got your speedometer reading in kilometers an hour sitting in the front, and like your little action button over there, and we can do a couple of other settings. You've got a minimal one which just basically shows you your main information. You can set it up into there's two different personal screens, so you can choose and do some settings. And the function of the 3D is not just really gimmicky. The theme of the vehicle, that what they've done is a lot of technology or innovation with purpose. So here what the purpose is to bring forward the most important information. So anything that you need to know, your speedo, and for example any warnings or anything comes in front of you. One of the other features of the vehicle, again intelligence, it's got a camera that picks up the road signs.
Right.
So while you're in a cruise control, it can pick up the speed limit that you've driven past.
Right.
Give you a notification on the screen, and you can just tap your cruise control button, and it adjusts your cruise control to the speed limit setting.
So it tells you, hey, you're pushing your luck here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just that it's changed.
Yeah.
And without having to go and scroll down and reset your speeds,
right.
You can just tap a button, and the system automatically adjusts to the speed limit that it's picked up.
Okay. Now, of course, you got the little
yes.
Peugeot steering wheel, isn't it? Yeah, I got to term it that.
Yeah, only 8 inches in diameter. Again, a very hallmark design and key feature of the i-Cockpit design. Really, what it is, the Peugeot vehicle is about drivability. They call it driver centricity. So it's a nice sporty steering wheel, nice to hold, very direct. You just little light touches.
Very
the
much,
vehicle already starts changing direction. So that's.
Okay, now let's move on to the touch screen over here. Nice big touch screen, isn't it? I mean, really super. Got all the functionality. We won't spend time on it now, but Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all of it there, nav, as you can see. Yeah. So it's all there. Now, of course, again, a typical Peugeot touch, am I right?
Yes, the piano keys.
Yeah.
What you call them, looks like piano keys.
Yeah, correct.
So what we have, this being the top line GT model, we can see the full bank here. What it is, it gives you a very quick, nice one-touch access to things. A couple of little things that could be an irritation for people sometimes, especially in vehicles with automatic climate control, and that is, it's a hot day, you've gotten in your car, you just receive a phone call, but your aircon's blasting full and you need to go in and try to turn it down. Here you've just got a one-touch button, it turns the aircon off for a second.
Yeah.
Or conversely, again, you've got your setting that you like, and it's a hot day, you get in and you need a full blast. You don't have to go adjust everything. There's just a one-touch button for putting it on maximum.
Yeah. Right. Now, something interesting I see over here. 2 USBs at the front.
Yes.
On the sides over there. And there 2 at the back as well.
And there's 2 at the back.
Is that only in GT line?
No, that's in the Allure as well, from the mid-spec.
All right.
So yeah, we've got the 3 trim levels. Your entry is the active, what we call Allure is the mid-range, and the GT is the top end.
Right.
Keeping with the latest technology, what we have is you've got your USB that does give you power and connectivity for your smartphone mirroring. but it's also got the USB-C ports for the higher power charging and
Okay,
power
yeah.
outputs.
But now you've also got conductive charging down here.
Yes.
On GT line.
Yeah, so what we have is, this is a little normal storage area that all of them have.
Right.
On our Allure and GT line, we've got a nice little storage area there. So it's got a flap. You can actually, it's designed, you can rest your phone in there, and a storage area that can be concealed.
Right.
But this being the top of the range, and got a little bit extra. Over there is the inductive charging pad
Wow.
for your wireless charging on your phone.
Nice. And just looking across, of course, you've got the sort of carbon effect across the dash over here. You've got the nice stitching on the dash, all that. And you have even got the mood lighting.
Mood lighting, yeah. This
Adjustable
through your
through-
personalization menus in your infotainment system. There's 8 different colors you can choose from.
Right.
Ranging from reds, blues, greens, purples, depending on your mood.
Gearbox, 6-speed. It's a standard automatic.
Standard automatic.
Torque converter automatic 6-speed,
correct.
but it's nice and smooth. Let's not spend too much time on that. You've got your electronic park brake.
Yeah.
Now let's talk this button here.
This is again, nice little feature. Call it the driving modes, the drive control. So you've got a normal mode that you're driving in, and then it's got different settings for mud, sand, snow.
Okay,
roads,
well, we
adventures,
hopefully won't need that one, right?
Not
Yeah.
Not today. Today maybe the mud and maybe the sand from the rain we've been having, but
Well, on the drive here yesterday, I was driving and we were on this unbelievable dirt road.
yeah,
Let's put it that way. Well, it wasn't a dirt road, it was a mud road.
a mud road.
And
Definitely turned
in the
into
mode, let me tell you, yeah, we slipped and slided a little bit, but the traction control was flashing, it was going nuts at me, but we were under control.
yeah.
And 26 cars got here safely.
Yeah.
Says it all, doesn't it?
through churning up roads after each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we've also got inside the interior a couple of little more modern high-tech features. I mean, I'll just point out very quickly the interior lighting here. It's LED lights,
Right.
but they, as you can see, just gesture control. You don't
Oh,
need to
wow,
actually
yeah,
push a button
okay.
or a switch or anything to
Yeah.
turn them on and off.
And then, of course, there's a little touch over here that Brian was very excited about
Yes.
below the lights, isn't there?
These days, electric chromatic rearview mirror for the automatic dimming for the vehicles behind you. From our mid-spec, Lure does have it, but on the top-end GT line, we've got a very classy frameless version. So you can see it doesn't have a bulky frame around it.
Nice.
It gives a bigger view and just a touch of class.
Right, now, final point. Prices.
Of course, no, we very proud to be able to, but we feel bring the vehicle to market at a really good price for the packaging, what we're offering. The 2008 Active model, the entry range,
Right.
starts from 359,000. Then as we move up, then the top range, as we're sitting here, the GT model, is 479,000.
Okay, so from 359 to 479 for the different spec levels.
For the different,
Just
4 models in the range, starting with a manual entry.
okay.
So the 359 is your Active with still the 1.2 turbo motor, the 74 kilowatt 6-speed manual. Then we've got automatic version of that vehicle. That's call it 400,000,
Right.
399. Then at 439 we have up-spec the Allure, and then 479 for the.
And just as a final point, that 479, because that's what we're in now, that buys you, of course, the 17-inch wheels instead of 16s. It buys you the electrochromatic frameless mirror. I'm just going to run through a few features and tell me if I've got them all. You get the leather trim on it, which you get as well. You get the drive. Is the drive mode on all, or is it only on this one?
It's on the Allure and GT.
Okay, so you get that. And what have I left out that is unique to the GT?
Your 10-inch infotainment system. The lower spec models also have quite a big radio. It's a 7-inch,
Right.
Full touchscreen HD in as well. But the GT is unique with the large 10-inch. Also, you get the heated seats with the seating, the front
Right.
heated seats, your wireless charging panel.
Correct. So you're getting a lot of extra over
getting
there.
a lot of extra,
This is
yeah.
a top line. That's what it is, and it deserves it.
Yeah.
Overall, let me tell you, the drive so far, fantastic. On the open road, I mean, on the first part of the cruise where we were literally cruising, I was showing 6.3 litres per 100, which you told me last night, your figure is, official figure is 6.5, yeah.
Combined is 6.5.
So I beat that.
Yeah. So
And we were in a
that's
lot
good,
of
and that's
traffic.
real world.
Yeah.
And I think that
Yeah.
does kind of go to show, obviously, the figures we're quoting is per the latest standard, what
Correct,
we call WLTP, which is supposed to be a more real world testing, and it bears out, as you say, the figures that you're achieving.
Yeah, I was going to say, and remembering that we had a lot of traffic for the first good section of the trip as well. So I think that is pretty realistic. Overall, Scott, thanks so much for your time. Really,
Absolute pleasure.
great launch. Nice place here. We're going to see some lions getting fed in a few minutes.
Definitely.
I don't know who they're feeding to them. I think it depends who messed up the cars coming in here.
Yeah, we've got the report from John. As he is doing it.
But great launch. Thanks a lot. And thanks for helping me with the video today and for giving all the info.
All your viewers, and thank you for taking your time and joining us today and making an enjoyable time for us.
And now for me to close off. Sorry, I have to do something. And back on camera again, because I'm doing it that way again today. Being cameraman as well today. But for Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor, and I'll see you next time.